So hi, one of the Good Noise podcasts. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
Jordan Black from Like Pacific.
and we're asking some questions today about their upcoming album, Control My Sanity. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
So far, so good. So it's just been like it's gotten a lot of traction, I find, and I think that's really cool. Because we haven't done anything in a long time, so I was a little nervous about that. But yeah, it's doing well. I mean, whatever. Regardless, I'm happy about it.
Oh yeah, the album rips.
Awesome.
I was listening to it earlier.
Oh yeah,
It bangs.
It bangs.
It bangs.
You said you guys haven't put anything out in a while. Like, what was the hold up on that?
So like we did In Spite of Me in 2018, and then 2019 there was just not a ton of touring for us. I think we kind of just exhausted a lot of touring.
Mhm.
And then 2020 was the pandemic, and so we released a B-side from like the first full length, and then just kind of sat because there's nothing to do, right? Like obviously people were like trying to do like whatever. We were just getting together and like we were basically recording the entire pandemic because of the pandemic. So it was like, we started like December 2019 for like a month, and then we did it in March for like a week or two, and then the pandemic happened, and then we did like we did like a couple weeks in like May, and then we did a couple weeks in September, and then we did a couple things earlier this year.
Okay.
It was like a year and a bit. Yeah, just because of like scheduling, like just like obviously Sam, who did our record, like he had other projects and he was flying places. Like he did the Between You and Me record.
That album is so good too.
Yeah, it's so good. Like yeah, like he was you know what I mean? Like none of our shit like lined up, which is like fine. But and also like the pandemic, we couldn't like with all the lockdown stuff, we couldn't have like a million people in a room.
Mhm.
So it was kind of like just me going in, or like just me and Brad, or then some days it's just me and Tay, and then some days just Tay and Brad, some days just Luke and Greg, it was like whatever. But it took like way too long, like absolutely way too long.
Well, it's here now.
It's done. Yeah, I don't care anymore. I'm fucking happy. So is this the adult podcast? Can I swear on this?
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Not that I'm gonna like swear like crazy or anything, but I mean, like, and just in case I like say something and you guys are like,
Whoa,
all
whoa,
good.
whoa. No, you're good.
You're
You're
good.
good. How did you manage to like keep the energy and excitement when you're like doing it bits and pieces at a time, like over a year?
honestly, like it did lose a lot of its excitement for a bit because it was like it felt more like a task because everyone was like stressed out about it, right? And then obviously, like the vinyl pressing plants all around the world are all backed up and everything. So it's just been like one of those things where halfway through it was kind of really hard. It was like, oh man, like what are we even doing? You know what I mean? Like this is taking its sweet time, but also like we're all not on the same level, like vibe wise. Like none of us are in the same room, so we can't really,
Mm-hmm.
And then doing stuff over Zoom and whatnot. I feel like it's very helpful, but it's also just like not ideal for writing and whatnot, or like like whatever idea stuff and obviously whatever. But near the end of it is when like it kind of picked up again, like when we realized that the world was like slowly coming back to normal and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That whole process was like that made the record fun again. I was like happy, what I mean? Everyone was in better moods and whatnot. And just like then like once it was done, I was like, holy shit, we're done. Like that's amazing. It took so long and like we're super proud of it. So yeah, I lost it for a bit, but like it definitely picked it back up and we're all very proud of it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's good. So is there any meaning behind the album name or cover art?
Yes. Okay, so to Control My Sanity, like was just straight up about it was about a couple things about manipulation from other people. And then also like I've been on SSRIs for like 3 or 4 years now. And for the first like year, I felt like I was numb to everything. Like I absolutely had no emotion. I felt like almost sociopathic because I straight up had no, like I didn't have any empathy or anything for anyone. Like it was really weird. Like I was really foggy brained and it was weird and it was controlling my life. And it got a little better and then it stopped working for me, which is like pretty common for a lot of SSRIs, but it was just ruining my life at the same time while I was dealing with like a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a breakup from like a long time ago that it just resurfaced in weird ways. And so it was like, yeah, just like, just it's about being manipulated and being like super like not in control of your future destiny, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the
And
cover.
the album art.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so the album art. The hands in the box thing, I just thought I had this really cool, like, we never do like realism and we never do photo stuff. Like with the first EP, we did a photo and I like it, but it was like, it's just not really anything. I think we kind of rushed into that. But this one, it was kind of like, I mean, for like specific stuff, we always talk about like my hands, because like I just have a weird thing with my hands. Like they're really small, they're like really like gnarly looking. I shake a lot, like I twitch a lot from the medication and whatnot. There's kind of that with the hands in the box. It's just kind of being like in solitude, like in your own. But I don't want to put like a head or a brain in a box. I thought it was kind of weird, so I kind of go a little bit different and picked, obviously, something that was a little more personable to me, and just made sense. That's about it.
Okay,
very cool. So can you tell us a little about your writing process for this album?
Normally we would all get and we would jam a bunch and like jam the set or whatever, and then we just start writing and like bring riffs to the table and then record it on like our iPhones and stuff like that, bring it home and elaborate on like logic and whatnot, and then kind of go from there. I'm always writing lyrics. Like I find that if I'm traveling somewhere, like in transit somewhere, I will open my notes app and just like write whatever, and then revisit it later on, or if it like matches the same like subject or context as another thing I was working on, I'll put them together, I'll merge them together, make it all about one thing. It's kind of like, it comes in bits and pieces for me. I know everyone else is kind of always just like writing riffs and whatnot. Like Brad, the mastermind behind like writing music, a guy like he's in another full band and wrote a record with us, and he also is writing for other people. So it's like,
wow,
it's just been like, it's been like crazy. But I think everyone's a little bit different. I think everyone just kind of comes to the table and we decide what we like, and then we just go from there and elaborate on it. And for me, it's just lyrics and like like half the time, like I don't know, like going to the pre-drink, like on the way on the subway, and just like writing in my notepad and being like, okay, cool, like this is how I'm feeling right now, or this I had this random like one-liner in my head. Oh, that sounds really cool, I should elaborate on that. But yeah, it's kind of and then during the last year, it's been like all over the place, like, oh my God. So it's not really normally what we do, but yeah, usually just get together and just kind of bang everything out when we can.
All right. Yeah, my follow-up question was going to be like, how did it adapt throughout like the quarantine and shit outside of like having to do it over Zoom?
Oh, it was just weird. I don't think it translates well. Like everyone's different. Like, of course, for me, like I'm just so used to being in a room with the guys and like figuring it out, or like at least with one person and working at something and then bringing that to the table. So having it over Zoom, it was very like, I don't know. And also just like, we're all in different spots. Like some of us were like I'm in the city, and it was like Toronto had like 4 or 5 lockdowns. It was crazy.
Wow.
And then, other people, I mean, not saying like whatever, Ontario, of course, like had a bunch of lockdowns, the same thing, but Toronto was like a different thing, a smaller town. I feel like there was just like, I don't know, like Tay and these people at the time were like living with their parents at the time. So it was just like a little easier. I was just like in solitude. Like I couldn't even see my partner because we don't live together. And, I just because of COVID and lockdown, like we don't want to get each other sick. I ended up getting COVID, so it doesn't even fucking matter. But like, yeah, like, I don't know. It's a lot harder, I think, over Zoom and for me personally. But I mean, we got it done. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know why I'm complaining. Like, really.
At least it's done.
Yeah, totally. And we're happy with it. So that's another thing too, right? So
hell yeah.
So I want you to tell us your favorite lyric off this record and the meaning behind it.
I want to say, like, I mean, for now, like with what's out, like for Control My Sanity, the latest single we put out, like you said, I'd be safe if I stayed with you. Rewire my brain so I can't choose. I just love that, the way it flows, but because it's always like, I'm taking Zoloft, it's definitely rerouting my like serotonin levels and whatnot. And so that was a huge thing because it was like I said, it was controlling my life. It wasn't doing any good for me for a bit, while being with someone who didn't give a shit. So it was kind of like both were, scrambling my brain, and it was kind of, really weird. But I'm definitely gonna say, yeah, rewire my brain so I can't choose, because it was hard for a long time. I was not thinking for myself, and it was really weird. And I've never been like that before. So it was very emotionally and very taxing. So
all right. What song on the album took longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
Personal favorite is Ketamine Jesus, because that's the only song I ever wrote myself and came to the table with it. Like, as in, like, of course I'll have a riff or something, and we'll show each other and we'll elaborate on it. But I like basically had a whole idea in my head of how I wanted to sound. It was originally supposed to be an intro only, like as in it was going to be a minute long. And I showed some of my friends, and they were like, "You are so dumb if you don't make that into a full song. It's like the best thing you've ever done. Like, you don't make that flop." And I'm like, "Okay."
Aw, yeah.
So we just like added we added like a second verse and like a big chorus, and like I love it. I think it's so. I know I'm so biased because like I know I like mostly wrote it, but I love it. It's so sick.
Oh yeah.
That's
And
nice.
longest to write.
The longest to write would have totally been. My Sanity was done first, actually, which is really funny because it was done pretty quickly. I'm gonna say the longest to write was probably the last song on the record.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to I don't want to go into. It's not out yet, right? I don't want to go too much into it.
Okay, can you at least name drop it, or is the track list not even out yet?
The track list is out, but I forget what it's called. Look it up. Ripping at
So
that,
you weren't
right?
trying to spoil anything. You just didn't know.
No, I mean, like I know it's the last song, but I'm like, oh my god. Here, let me look it up right now. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh man, it's so funny because I feel like I'm so scatterbrained lately because of the album rollout, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So everything's just super like, yeah, I don't even know what the fuck it is. Yeah, oh, this sucks. Where? There we go. Just like on Google during a Zoom.
You're googling your own record.
Looking at my own track. I'm not on Google. I'm looking through my notes. I'm not on Google.
Oh, okay.
No, I would not be on Google looking that up. I'm just looking through my notes, like searching words up and trying to figure out. I don't know why, because it's not popping on my iCloud. Let's see.
Let me pull up the promo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me try.
It's Rest in the Dirt
Mhm.
is the second last song, and I think the last song, yeah, because this is all out of order on my phone.
Oh.
Time won't heal. Is it Time Won't Heal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Time Won't, that's the one. Yeah, so Time Won't Heal was like the one that I think I rewrote the lyrics a million times because it's a song that we've never really done before, like a style of song. I feel like it's very anthemic and kind of like, at the time I was like going outside of the box because I kind of have like a weird, I'm very boring with music. I listen to kind of the same thing I've always kind of listened to, you know what I mean? Like every once in a while, I'll introduce a new band or whatever. But I was listening to oh fuck, I was listening to "Pray for Plagues" by Bring Me the Horizon, the first record.
So good. It's so good.
That came out when I was 15, and I was like, "This is the heaviest thing I've ever heard." Anyway,
Oh.
like I revisited it, like that band, because I know that they did like a bunch of they went poppier, right? They went that song Down or whatever, and I stopped listening to that band a long time ago, but like I checked it out and I was like, "Oh, this band's amazing! Holy shit, they're doing it!" And so I was listening to a lot of that record with Drown on it, and like that's the Spirit song, whatever it's called. And I felt like it was a really big, it felt like big stadium vibes for music, but it was still like really hard hitting and emotional. And I think because of that, I really wanted to, emulate that. And so I was like, okay, cool, let's work on a song that's kind of similar, like big sounding, but I didn't want the lyrics to be super boring. So it took so long because I was just like not happy with anything I was writing. I just found it kind of boring. And so definitely Time Won't Heal for sure. And I think you'll understand why. Like I put a lot of effort into it, like once people hear it, but I hope they notice. But yeah, I think for sure, like that was just like way too much. It took way too long. The whole record's too long, but this was like annoying.
It's completely valid.
Yeah, totally.
So how did the track list for this album come about? Did you write the opener to be opener, closer to be a closer, just kind of shuffle it and say, yeah, that's it? Or like what was the process like for that?
When you have like a vibe of like how something is supposed to sound, like, oh, this sounds like the last song on the record kind of thing. That was basically how it is. Control My Sanity was written first in December 2019.
God damn.
It was written and recorded, obviously as much as it was, like demo wise and like pre-production, but yeah, Control My Sanity was it was the first one, I guess. And so kind of from there we were like, all right, well, like kind of went with the album name. It kind of just fit, and I was like, I really like that. I like how it flows. It's 3 words. We've always been like, distant like you asked, like In Spite of Me. And so I was like, oh, just do like a easy 3 thing. I also love when an album name could be tattooed somewhere, like here, like something, you know what I mean? So like, because it's like so symmetrical.
Yeah.
Which is like weird that I think of it that way, but Control My Sanity.
Fair.
Yeah. Control My Sanity was, it was just like the first one done. And then, sorry, I'm getting off track.
You're all good. You're all good.
So the track listing, we kind of just went into it, listened the whole thing over, and said, where do you think these songs fit and whatnot? And you know what I mean? And there's a couple songs where, like, it's funny, I'll go on the vinyl, like one of the next singles that comes out is like the 5th song on the record, and it's the last song on that's like side A, and it's like perfect for it because the way it ends and then goes into, like, you flip the record over and goes into the other one. It's like, it's sick. I love it. So when we just had to listen to it over and over again and kind of pick what we wanted, you know.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, that's fair.
It just, you know, when you get a vibe of like, oh yeah, this is an opener, this is this and that, whatever. I kind of knew that, like, Ketamine Jesus was going to be an opener. You can kind of just tell it was like the build. It was very like triumphant and like big, and it gets really big near the end. So I was like, okay, that makes sense.
All right. So where was your headspace at while you were writing this album? I know it encompasses many years, but if you can pinpoint something.
I know, just pure depression. That's like the most, I'm laughing at that. Fuck, but like, I hit like a really, I mean, like, I feel like I'm still kind of in it, to be honest with you, but I hit like a really hard year during the pandemic because I was alone and there's a lot of things going on, and I'm not used to being alone. Like, I'm a very outgoing person, so there was that, and then straight up, I don't know, just like, I feel like it really did help. You know what I mean? But like, I never want to, you know, be that sad just in order to make art, you know. I think in a long way, in the long run, it really like taught me a lot of weird things. Like, I learned how to be alone. I've learned how to like actually take care of my mental health now, like, because I was just taking SSRIs and like coasting. I was like, all right, cool, like, I don't have anxiety anymore, but like nothing else. I'm not doing anything to make myself better. Like, they always say, like, you should do therapy with it, and started looking into that and stuff like that. So like, it was a really like fucked up year mentally, so for everyone, obviously. But I think just because, like, you know, I was kind of alone, and the only thing I'm doing with my life is like writing music and like trying to tour and play shows. And obviously, like, you know, like, I work at a bar, like, to make money, because like everyone knows being a musician is like really hard. So like, you know, it was just going from like go to the world stopping and then just being alone was like, it was very hard. And like I said, like, I know it is for everyone. I'm not alone, but yeah, I think, but it did really help with the overall mood and vibe of the record, and I think a lot of people will notice that.
All right.
Sure. So how do you recommend your listeners to listen to this album for the first time? Should they play it in the dark with headphones on? Should they blast at a party? Should they work out to it? What do you personally recommend?
First time through, I'm like going a night walk. That's what we were doing a lot during the pandemic. You couldn't go anywhere, right? Like,
oh yeah,
like, a lot of people were like, we and my friends were going like beer walks, or like we just like roll a blunt and like walk down the street and like listen to music off of our phones and stuff like that. So it was really nice. But and I still kind of do that. Like, if I'm like bored, I'll like, you know, and I'm not working, and I don't want to go out to a bar, because even like going out places now is like weird, because it still doesn't feel like fully normal yet. Like, not that I'm against it. I go out, like, you know, with my friends a lot, but just, I think if you're gonna listen to it, I think I'm talking like, especially because it comes out in December when it gets dark really early, go on like a night walk, you know, and like listen to that record in your headphones. It's sick.
Perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah.
So this question should be super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less.
Okay. Gutting.
Okay.
Depressing. And probably a story.
Okay.
So since you said story, is it somewhat of a concept album then?
In a lot of ways, like, I don't want to call it a concept album, because it's like, I do love concept albums, and I think we wouldn't do it justice if we were to call it a concept album. But I definitely had that in mind while writing, you know. So it's about like of the same time period in my life.
Okay.
All the same thing. I think there's only one. Yeah, no, honestly, it all ties into the same like 2-year block. So like I said, I wouldn't say concept necessarily. Like, it doesn't tie in like concept wise, like, but like, yeah, it more or less.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this album to invoke in your listeners?
Yeah, I mean, like, for me, like I said, it's like an outlet, right? So like, and like, I was going through it, and I obviously don't want anyone to go through what I went through, or just I don't want anyone no one wants to be depressed and like be upset. But
Mhm.
that being said, like I feel like it's going to be one of those winter records, and like I'm a little scared about that because it's depressing, but like it's also like that's just how I felt. Like, you know what I mean? What am I supposed to do? Like, and I hope that if people are feeling that certain way and this is record, it makes them feel a little bit better knowing that like the guy who's singing the lyrics like literally had like a terrible time, like just as much as this probably person who's listening is, you know.
Mhm.
So, you know, as much as like that's negative and it kind of sucks, it's like I hope it can help in some way.
Yeah,
All right.
that's good.
So what is your favorite memory that you made while creating this album?
Honestly, just like because like me and Sam spent a lot of time together alone in the studio because, you know, it was just me and him because of lockdown stuff, and then like obviously people coming in and out whenever. It was just me and him, and so it was just a lot of like I listened to a lot of music with him, like he was like engineering that
Mhm.
wasn't out yet, like a lot of Between You and Me and like Silverstein stuff like stuff that hadn't been heard yet, and I was like really cool. So it was just like a lot of that. I was really sick for him to show me a bunch of stuff he's working on, and it got me actually like a fire into my ass to buy Logic and like get an interface and all these things because I was like I'm a musician, I should have these things for writing and whatnot. But it took forever, and it took literally the pandemic and like hanging out with Sam a bunch to do that. But honestly, it's just fucking watching TikToks and quoting TikTok all day. Like we would be like recording, like, all right, let's go, and I'd be like, and it would just be like, I mean, this was before, but it's like, oh no, our table is broken. And just yelling at the
Yeah.
microphone. Like, and not that exact one, but you know what I mean. And then we would just die laughing for like a half an hour, get no work done, but we weren't mad about it because we were just dying. I'd come in the control room and I'd show them what I'm referencing, and we would just die laughing and recreate it. And it was like,
Yeah.
Oh my
it was
God.
like, it was nonsense, but it was so funny. A lot of that for just lots of jokes. It was like the most. We just laughed a lot, you know.
Fair enough. I'm
Which
very
is, like,
jealous.
Like very, very depressed. So like I think the thing I could do is to focus on not being depressed, you know.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm very jealous that you heard unreleased Silverstein. I'll just put that out there.
Oh yeah, it's fucking sick. I'll leak it though. If they don't give me any money or something, I'll leak it. They gotta bribe me. I don't know. Like, you know, I might just put it on. I might put it on Reddit. Who knows?
Okay.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I
Oh.
don't have it. I'm not gonna do that.
No, okay. All right.
Also, if anyone
Sure.
if anyone ever did that to like Pacific, like leak the album, I'm like, bro, that's how I make money. Pre-order the record. Fuck you. Like, come on.
Mhm.
You had one job. Like, yeah, the new Silverstein and like the new Between You and Me and stuff like that. I heard a lot of it. And like new State Champs, like Just Sound before it came out.
Mhm.
I was listening to that like because Sam would never give it to me because he was like, no, I'm not gonna send it to you.
Mhm.
Which is totally fair. Obviously, he was like really, really working on it and whatnot. And so, Anton was working on it, but I guess they were both talking about it or something like that. And like one of them showed me, and every time I was in the studio, I was like, yo, just put that song on. It's so catchy. And we would just listen.
Yeah.
It was sick.
All right. Very
It's
jealous.
amazing.
But
God, yeah.
it'll be out
Yeah.
in due time. So
Yeah. God.
I mean, it's out now though. So
yeah, that
yes.
one is.
Oh,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that one is. Yeah.
So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour. You're at a gas station for a rest stop. You're going in. What is your snack of choice?
Pizza combos.
Oh, those are the little like pretzel things.
Something with cheese in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like
yeah.
so artificial tasting, but they're so good.
That's
All
fair.
Those, 100% those
hmm
or Doritos Sweet Chili Heat.
Oh, I tried those. Those are good. Those
So
are
good.
very good.
So
Yeah.
I got into like, oh man, I sound insanely boring saying this, but I got into like spicy food recently, as in like, I always like spicy food. Like I was always like a hot sauce kid, but when I got older, I just like, I don't know, I was like such a baby about it. I never like ate anything hot. And then Sweet Chili Heat, for some reason, I was like, oh, this is great. And it's not
Yeah.
even spicy, but I was like, oh, this is great. And now I'm like buying like Scotch bonnet pepper sauce and all this shit
Yeah.
for, like, all my food. And like, it's gnarly, but
Oh my god.
yeah, definitely Doritos and fucking combos.
All
Mhm.
right.
So it sounds like you need to. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it sounds like you need to go on hot ones then with all the spicy stuff.
You
You'd
know
kill
what?
them.
I feel like I would absolutely just pass away. I would die. Like, there's no way I'm getting past like the fifth wing.
No, I think you would make it.
Dude, I watched that Pete Davidson one, and he was like
Mhm.
in tears, and
Yeah.
I was like, "That's me. That's me." But like, I'll love it. I like the taste. I'm more of like a hot sauce taste, obviously, but like,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I just sound so boring now. Like Sweet Chili Heat was like spicy introduction. That's so
Don't
weird.
worry. It's okay.
Listen.
It's no shame.
Yeah, whatever.
2023 or whenever you put out the next record, you're coming back on
Yeah.
the show. We'll do a hot ones version of this fucking
We'll do a hot
interview.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna-
Yeah, we'll do hot ones.
And
Oh my
we'll see how
God.
long you last before you pass out.
Mhm.
I'm talking like 5 wings. Like I don't know. I got a lot of hot sauce in my fridge, so we could go to town.
Perfect.
So where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
I mean, I hope on a bigger scale, like obviously everyone hopes that. It's kind of a cop-out answer, but I hope we're on a bigger scale. It's more self-sufficient and we're actually, because like we make money as a band, don't get me wrong, but it allows us to continue. That's basically about it. We all have jobs at home. We all do like, shit outside of that. So it's kind of hard, but you know what I mean? Like, but I want it to be like, I want to be able to be a musician and be like, that is my only job. I don't want to like, no offense to the bar I work at or anything. Like I love those guys, but like, I don't want to work at a fucking bar anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to bed at 3 a.m. after work, like sober while everyone's like partying at the bar. Like, no, I don't want to do that. So
yeah.
I'm just over it. So I think I'm very lucky to have that, but I just want music to be the one thing. So I think in the next 5 years, like for me personally, I just want it to be, larger scale. I want to treat it like, like, I don't know. I want to be as big as Korn. Limp Bizkit.
Ooh.
Love both those bands.
Yeah, the new Limp Bizkit record is fucking wild.
It is so fucking good. It is.
Yeah, it's actually sick.
Have you listened to the new Korn song though?
No, I haven't.
Get on that.
Okay, I'm actually gonna queue it up just for later. I'm gonna put it on my Spotify for that. Yeah. Wait, what's the new song called?
Start the Healing.
Yeah, I see it here. Okay. I'll listen to that after.
New album on February 4th. I'm counting down the days.
Oh shit, okay. Yo, I was like, speaking of Korn really quickly, like side story. When I was like 8 years old, my mom got me the guitar tab book for Life is Peachy because I was taking guitar lessons. But I was like probably like 8 or 10 or something, but like whatever, really young. And she was like, I'll buy it for you, but I want to. She basically like bought it for me, but she blocked out all the swear words with the marker.
No.
So did she rip out the page of that one fucking song?
Twist or whatever. That's like
no. There's the one yeah, all the symbols in the title.
I don't think it had the lyrics in that one, to be honest. I think it just had the guitar tab. I think it was just so jarring to be like, yeah, shit, fuck, fart, whatever the hell he's saying.
Yeah.
But like it's so funny, like because they got rid of that, I'm pretty sure. But in the first song, like Twist, it has the gibberish written out.
Wow, so you could sing along.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Like you put this much effort into this, you couldn't put like the weird bad song in? Like I don't know, whatever.
All right.
But yeah, my mom blocked out everyone in like pen. And I'd be like rubbing it away to see what swear word.
You could just go listen to the fucking album, or did you have the edited version of the album?
I had the edited version.
Oh.
Dude, my mom was really cool, like art teacher.
Uh-huh.
Like she was just like, I think she just knew like that, like a 10-year-old shouldn't have this, but she like wanted me to be like, obviously like, she wanted me to listen to what I want to listen to and do my thing. So she didn't care, but she just had like that one rule. I remember I brought it up recently. I actually found that Life is Peachy book like 8 years ago. And I like looked at it and it was so fucking funny. I was like, everything's just blocked out. I'm like, this is so weird. Like,
so much effort went into blocking everything out in here.
Now my mom was like fucking, I don't know. Apparently she was fucking bored. Yeah, she understood the assignment, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my god, not the TikTok reference.
Yeah, no, I know.
So for the last couple, I'm sorry.
No. I'm just clearing my throat. It's all good.
Oh, okay. So for the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome. So we're going to go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Probably like Americanized Chinese food.
Oh, okay.
Like chicken rolls and like all that stuff, like pork fried rice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like a Nashville hot chicken sandwich with like a big thing of like just double fried fries, like just like heart attack food basically, and a Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, perfect.
All right,
or if I'm gonna pick a beer, I'm picking like a PBR or something. I don't know, like something easy to drink.
All right, so you want the food to kill you before they can kill you.
Yeah, totally.
I respect it.
I'll make it last so long. I'll just like eat till I die.
Perfect.
Exactly. That's the way to go.
Yeah, exactly.
If you could live in one fiction world for a week, where would you live?
One fiction world? Like, okay. Oh my god, I don't even fucking know. Oh, South Park, Colorado.
Okay. Yes! No, well, would you want to live there?
It just seems mental.
Yeah.
There, yeah, it actually is pretty fucking abrasive. Maybe not there.
Yeah, I was gonna. So many things happen there.
Wait, bad things happen there. Yeah.
A lot of bad things happen there.
For some reason, Truman Show comes to mind, but then that's also so sheltered that I would not want that.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Springfield, Massachusetts, and The Simpsons. I'm gonna go there. It just seems like it's quirky as hell, and nothing is that bad there.
Yeah.
Or if it is, it's like, I don't know, resolved by the end, as opposed to South Park, where it's just like
it just continues in the
and
background.
then it's like, all right, and then Kenny dies again.
Is that God, man?
Your childhood friend fucking dies. Like, oh, okay.
Exactly. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
So I actually have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has said it is the most important question.
Okay.
What is your favorite color?
So funny. It's green, but I don't own a single thing that's green, and I wouldn't be caught dead wearing it.
What? So what makes you like it?
I don't know. Something it was like everyone when we were younger was like, oh, we like blue and red, and I was like, I don't know, I like green for some reason. Okay. But then I was like, I have red hair. If I wear green, I'm like a fucking leprechaun. I'm not doing that.
So, well, we don't want that. So
no. So I refuse to wear anything green. But that's not my favorite color. I think green.
Okay.
I've been recently because I don't wear a lot of all black, but I do wear a lot of black pants and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Recently, I've been trying to wear lots of blue. So I have I just got a new navy blue pair of pants. I bought a new Arc'teryx jacket that's navy blue and mm-hmm. You wear black and black all day, right? Black on black, but when someone wears blue on blue, it's always weird. I think it's not weird. It's just different.
Yeah.
And so it's just been trying to not color block, but trying to just follow the same things. So blue pants, blue jacket, black hat, black shoes kind of thing, or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna still say green though. I'm not gonna say blue. I'm gonna say green.
Okay. Specific shade of green though?
I have no ties to anything fucking green or anything that is green. Nothing. Sorry, what'd you say?
A specific shade of green, though? You have one?
Probably lime green.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah.
I just like lime green. It's a good color. Right. And as long as it's not too neon.
Yeah. That's where it kind of crosses the line for me. I'm just you're doing too much.
Your favorite color is yellow, Glory.
And what about it?
How are you saying the lime green is doing too
what
much
about
for
it,
you?
Shane? No,
exactly. What about it, Shane?
Wait,
green is obnoxious. Neon.
Mine is black.
I mean, I would have picked that, but that's not a color. That's a shade.
Oh, fine.
Exactly.
Fine,
I tell him
it's
that.
Purple, whatever.
Purple, great color.
Thank
great
you.
color. Do you have a specific shade of purple, Shane?
No. All the purples.
No. Okay, I'll log off.
Dude.
So, as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Yeah, just we've got some insane shit happening early next year. That's all I can say. And so just please come to a show and buy the record and come say hi to us.
All right. Well, thank you.
That's about it. I can't ask for much more.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for now. This has been Jordan from Pacific, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.